Florida just flipped the script on gun laws. How did it do that? Well, Florida just added open carry to its laws, and we're gonna find out what that exactly means for you and for me. Now, does that mean you're gonna wander around in Florida and see people walking all over the place with guns just hanging out and about? Not necessarily. I mean, you could, but there's still limitations onto what places and where people can actually carry said guns. This video is gonna be a little bit different today. I'm not at the range. The range has been closed for a little bit just because it's undergoing maintenance. They're expanding certain sections and whatnot. I'm just gonna make this just because this is also big news for Florida, and it's actually pretty exciting. So what does it mean, open carry? Does that mean you can just go anywhere and everywhere with a gun? Not necessarily. There is certain places you can and can't go with a gun. But Florida is a open carry, it's permitless. So some states allow open carry, but they still would require you to have a permit. This is a little different. You don't need a permit. You can just open carry and you'll be completely fine. Let me pull up my article here. This ended up passing September 15th through the courts. Now, just because it passed on September 15th doesn't mean it's actively available. It actually isn't available until September 25th. So 10 days after the ruling of it passing through everything. All right, now, so when we talk about open carry, what does it actually mean? You can pretty much have any gun that's at least a legal gun. I don't think you can wander around the streets with a machine gun, but I mean, they would have to test your gun if it is a machine gun. So you could wander, walk around casually in the streets. You could walk around with a 12 gauge if you wanted to. Problem is once you're walking around with something, well, this big, it's a little bulky to carry around. You need to have some kind of strap style, just so it kind of hangs on you, because other than that, your hands aren't really free if you're constantly holding it. So you'll most likely have a strap or sling. Now, most people are probably gonna think this is gonna bring a lot of chaos around to the streets. Are you just gonna be casually going to work and you're gonna see a guy wandering around on the streets just with an AR strapped to him? Now, most people that don't know this law even got put into effect because media sometimes has a terrible way of putting it out there, or they'll just say it once and hope you didn't hear it so you're not actually wandering around on the streets with a gun. But most of your other people who aren't really paying attention aren't gonna know. So if they're just out and about and they see somebody with a random gun, they're probably gonna panic in some sort of way. They're gonna call the cops, or they're gonna be like, there's a guy walking around with a 12 gauge, or there's an AR just hanging on him and he's not doing anything. He just has it. This law allows you to do that and it doesn't have any consequence to you walking around. Now there are a little bit of tidbits. There's certain areas you can't go when carrying. Such places, let's see, let's go through what they list as, see where it is still not allowed. Certain places, such as buildings where prostitution, illegal gambling, or other criminal gang activities take place, any police, sheriff, or highway patrol station, any detention facility, prison or jail, any courthouse. Although judges may carry in the courtroom, it may determine who else can carry. That's a little biased, but I mean, get friendly with your judge and they might let you carry in the place too. But I don't think that's allowed either. Polling places, any meeting of government body or county, public school district, municipality, or special district, any meeting of legislature or committee therefore, any schools, college, or professional athletic events not related to firearms, professional athletic events, any elementary or secondary school facility or administration building, any career center, any portion of an establishment licensed to dispense alcohol, beverages, or consumption, any college or university facility, the inside of passenger terminal and or sterile area of any airport unless enclosed for shipment checked as baggage, Any place where carrying firearms is prohibited by federal law. So if you go to a building that just says like no firearms allowed, well, sorry, you can't go in there. That just is kind of what it is. Now, Florida is joining a couple other states that also allow open carry without a permit. Other states that follow is Alabama, Alaska, Arizona, Arkansas, Florida, Idaho, Indiana, Iowa, Kansas, Kentucky, Louisiana, Maine, Mississippi, Montana, Nevada, New Hampshire, New Mexico, North Carolina, Ohio, Oklahoma, Pennsylvania, South Dakota, Tennessee, Texas, Utah, Vermont, Virginia, West Virginia, and Wyoming. Those are the other states that do allow open carry without having a permit. Now, what do we got? Open carry. So these are states that allow open carry, but you need to have a permit while having open carry. And this list is a little shorter. Connecticut, Georgia, Hawaii, which is interesting. I thought Hawaii just couldn't really have anything. Maryland, Massachusetts, Minnesota, New Jersey, North Dakota, Rhode Island, South Carolina. That's pretty much it for that. And then there's the which states don't allow open carry at all, which California, Illinois, New York, and Washington, D.C. Let's get more into the what does it really mean for you? You could see somebody they could casually be walking around with an AR on their chest and you can't really do anything about it unless they're actually being a nuisance or the only way I see people actually walking around is they'd almost be showboating. So you just be like, I have a gun. It doesn't really do a whole lot for you. I would like to know what your guys' thoughts are on it. Would you carry? Would you open carry? Do you think it's gonna have chaos? Do you think Florida is doomed and it's gonna be nothing but crazy mayhem, hillbillies running around with guns or whatnot? I think not a lot is really gonna change, in my honest opinion. I think it's just gonna be your basic day-to-day people, and you might only see people open carrying in more of rural areas of Florida, out in farm areas or large acreage type areas. I don't think you're really gonna see it around the city. You could, but I think it'll be more of like a fad. Maybe it'll be the new Labubu thing, or you can call it a La Bang Bang, and people will have their little strapped, little gun strap or something. I don't know, I'd rather see those on people than Labubu hanging on them, but that's just me. Now, will most people end up actually doing this? I think some people will, but I think most people will probably just stick to permitless carry, which that came out a year ago in July 2024. The news didn't really talk about that at all. That is readily available already for Floridians, so the only problem with open carry is you kind of become a target. If you're wandering around the streets, somebody sees you have a gun, and if they have ill intention to want to take your gun, congrats, you're a target now, and they may try to steal it. So you have to be careful around in certain areas because, they'll try to distract you with one guy, or they might have two people try to do it. So one will act as a distraction, and then the other would probably try and come behind and take your gun from you while you're not paying attention. Now, what I think some people will probably try to do is carry two guns. So, if they steal your main gun, better have a backup or something along those lines, because then you could be in trouble. Now, this also only applies for people who legally own said gun. Criminals are gonna carry a gun whether they're a criminal or not. This whole law was more to implement, it's better to have a good guy around with a gun than just bad guys around with guns. Kind of give you more of a fair chance if something were to erupt. So if most people are wandering around with guns, you don't want to incite anything because, it's going to turn out bad for you. They have a way to stop you. It's just another feature of added security. Now, will it be good or will it be bad? It's kind of up to the people on what actually ends up happening here. Now, am I going to open carry? Probably not. I'd rather have an element of surprise rather than, hey, look at me, I got my gun. But I may, if I'm going to go into a more rural area and I know I can just have it on me. If it's like an open trail, I think by all means you can. But if you're into like an actual nature preserve, they might not let you. You'd have to check on whatever the park's rules are. If they say no firearms, well, no firearms, sorry. Go to a different park. Like I said, this is a little different from the usual gun channel stuff that I do, but since this was mainly Florida and channel's based in Florida, unless I end up moving or something, I thought it would be good to other people know. Really helps the channel. Like and subscribe, support the channel. Links down below. I have the Ko-Fi linked if you want to buy some memorabilia or just want to donate or support the channel. I'm not monetized on YouTube yet. I'm really trying to get there. It's taking some time. Eventually we'll get there. Just stay consistent with it all. So let me know in the comments section what you guys think about this new open carry coming to Florida. Think it's good? Think it's bad? Think it's ugly? I want to hear what you guys have to think on it. I got a feeling most people aren't going to be too happy about it, but I think as a lot of Floridians, we don't really care too much about certain things. We kind of just mind our own business, go with our day, and just, oh, yeah, that guy's got a gun. Okay, whatever. And just keep going. But there are the other ones who are like, oh my God, this is the neighborhood Karens. You can't really escape them anywhere you go. I think that's it for now. If I figure out anything else I might have left out, peace. I'll see you guys in the next one.